She nods and gestures to the half-dozen bottles of wine in her cart. This probably sounds crazy forward, but you look like you could use a drink and someone to vent to. Vent to a perfect stranger I met in the grocery store? That would be insane, not to mention dangerous. If I did, the she said side of the story would be splashed all over tomorrow's papers, and the label would kill me. The painful death of breach of contract and being blackballed in the industry. I already used up strike one the first time a picture of JC hit the papers. I marched right into Homegrown Records offices and told them their devil's deal wasn't worth it, and that I wouldn't help JC's career at the expense of my own. Their response? If I didn't turn around, march my ass right back out of the office, and paste a smile on my face, they'd yank me off my tour. And I'd be a has-been before I ever got the chance to become a someone. I'd go to bat for my career any day of the week, but faced with the threat of losing it, I'm ashamed to say I backed down and towed the company line. You only get one shot at your dream. It's not something I'm willing to let go, regardless of how much of my pride I might have to swallow. Which brings me back to the gossip rag and the woman in front of me. An awkward silence stretches between us in the checkout line as all the scenarios swirl through my brain of how I can reply to her. Finally, she smiles, and there's something kind and knowing in her expression. I know what you're thinking. You can't spill your side of the story to anyone. Too risky. She lifts her hand and flashes a giant rock on her left ring finger. But I'm not just anyone. I've been on the front page of the tabloids too, and I know exactly how much it sucks. After being married for a decade to the biggest reformed horn dog of them all, I'm no stranger to any of it. On top of that, I'd never break the vows of sisterhood. My gaze darts from the giant diamond to her face. Studying her makeup-free features, it finally hits me. You're Tana Vines. Tana Vines was the Female Country Artist of the Year about 10 years back, and her husband was awarded Entertainer of the Year at least 4 or 5 times during that time. They're country music legends. A true power couple. She holds out her hand and I shake it, operating purely on instinct. Yes, I am, she says. It's nice to meet you, Holly Wicks. 2 bottles of wine later, Tana and I lay sprawled on chaise lounges beside her indoor pool, behind the gated walls and in the presence of someone I listened to on the radio in junior high. I finally have a chance to unburden all the crap that has been filling my head for months. 6 more months? That's a hell of a long time to put up with JC's bullshit, not to mention keeping your own legs closed. Good Lord, girl, aren't you dying to get some dick? Tana asked. An embarrassed laugh escapes my lips. I've been pretty preoccupied with learning the ropes, I guess. Well, shit, I'd be dying for dick. I shake my head. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize my position with the label. I have a feeling that if my picture ended up in the paper the way JC's has, the double standards would have me out of my butt so fast I couldn't even yell bingo first. Tana rolls onto her side and faces me. That's probably the truth, but it don't make it fair. The only reason they're covering his ass is the shelf of awards he's got from 5 years ago, and all the money they've got invested in him. You're the perfect image booster. But you're right. You're expendable if you step out of line. I already looked up to Tana as a country idol, but now I have to say I have a bit of a girl crush. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. And it's refreshing in this world of people who say one thing and mean something completely different. Who's expendable? A deep voice echoes through the pool room as Mick Vines walks in. The man, a living country legend, picks up one of the empty bottles on the table between our lounge chairs. And damn, Tana, I've been looking for you for a half hour. Gemma knew where I was. Gemma, I learned, was Tana and Mick's live-in nanny. Tana sits up as Mick sets the bottle down and leans over to press a kiss to her lips. There, been looking for that, my little bit of sugar. I turn my head away as Tana wraps her hand around the back of his neck and pulls him in for another kiss, this one not nearly so innocent. She doesn't seem to care that I'm intruding on their intimate moment, and it's a moment that makes me wish...